Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to this debate. We will from Group 2. We want to perform a debate practice to fulfill the final semester assignment for the speaking for academic purpose subject. The motion is children should not be given any gadget until 6 years old. With the affirmative teams member is Kartika, Atika, and Farah, and the opposite team, which is negative teams member are Yudha, Jenny, and Arya. So without any further ado, let's get started.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this debate. We as student proposition have structured our class as follows. I, as the first speaker, will be define the motion. The second, our speaker will be talking about negative effect gadgets. Our third speaker will be talking about support with data. And our fourth speaker will be talking about Salma case. The motion, kids could not be given any gadget until 6 years old. Now, we ask today, affirmatives strongly believe that this is true. But before we come to our actual argumentation, let's ask for define some important terms in this debate. Gadget is an abstraction word taken from English, which, when interpreted, means a small electronic device with a special function. All children under the age of 6 who are at home or at school and in the surrounding environment. The kind of gadgets, namely handphone, tablets, camera, computer, laptop, and television. It is often that gadget becomes an effective way to calm little one down when tantrum or just to get rid of his or her boredom. But if it's not managed wisely, the children will become addicted to gadget and this could rather his or her growth and development. In the first 5 years of life, little one brain is developing rapidly. A study so that a gadget use will affect child brain function and cause him or her to be insensitive to his or her environment. Not only that, the danger of gadget radiation is really harmful. A child's nerves are still developing and his or her day school will make little one fragile to gadget radiation exposure. Besides nervous, too long playing a gadget can also interfere with little one vision. According to an express, a good vision was obtained by little one if he or she look at object for variation details, so that too often staring at gadgets with a monotonous distance will reduce little one vision function. So, we strongly agree that children should not be given any gadget until 6 years old. Thank you.
Thank you, Kartika. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is children should not be given gadgets until 6 years old. We disagree with the definition given by the opposition. However, we, the negative team, believe that this statement is false. Today, as first speaker, I will be talking to you about use cell phone can stimulate children's motor skills. Our second speaker will be talking about 2 points supervising children in use of mobile phones. Our third speaker will review, and our fourth speaker will sum up the case. The first speaker of the affirmative team has tried to tell you that children can be addicted to a gadget, and this can interfere with their growth and development, such as affecting a child's brain function, being vulnerable to exposure to gadget radiation, and can interfere with a child's vision. But, on the other hand, the use of cell phone can also stimulate children's motor skill. When a child holds a smartphone, the child will involve eye coordination and movement of his finger to open the application until he is successful in using the application. Experts also agree that technological development can help improve children's cognitive abilities faster and better. Cognitive skills are abilities related to how to think, remember, make plans, and solve problems. Nowadays, there are many interactive media, video games, or other educational programs that can stimulate children's thinking skills. Letting children play gadgets can be one way to stimulate children's creativity. The reason is, now there are many applications that can train a child's left and right brain balance, one of which is stroke drawing and coloring activities on gadgets. In addition to honing creativity, this color therapy can also be a method of relaxation for children. So, the child only feels playing, but actually, the child also learns from the game. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yudha. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is children should not be given gadgets until 6 years old. We, the affirmative team, believe this statement is true. The first speaker side, from the negative, should be given gadget until 6 years old. But besides the positive effect of technology on the growth and development of children, there are more negative impacts, as you know. Kids nowadays would much rather play with mobile phone and apps. Some parents use it as a way to keep their kids entertained TV and away from misbehaving. But what they do not realize that there can also be harmful effects. Most experts recommend waiting until children last 6 years old. They believe that it's best for a young child to spend time exploring the world around him and play with the real object that he can hold and feel. Psychology warns that children below 12 should be not allowed to use this gadget. Psychology argues that affect childhood brain development. Kids have turned their attention to this gadget instead of other important aspects of development, learning, and behaviors. Here are some of the reasons why handheld devices should be banned among kids: eye damage, obesity, brain development, lack of sleep, slow development, aggressive behavior, mental illness, digital dependency, addiction, negative impact, radiation. In my opinion,
and the reason I mentioned are enough to prohibit children under 6 years from being given gadgets. So, when again, based on negative effect, children, kids should not be given gadgets until 6 years. Thank you.
Thank you for the opinion from Atika. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is kids shouldn't be given any gadget until 6 years old. Yes, I agree with your opinion regarding a large amount of rage resulting from using gadget under 6 years. As you said before, parents give gadgets only for other children's entertainment or to avoid naughty acts. As we know, as adults and as parents in the future, we think about and consider what we will do or give to our future children or our younger siblings. There are two things that we must do as parents or older siblings. Namely, the first point is to set a time limit, and the second is to supervise and guide children in using gadgets. The first point is to set a time limit. Before we give gadgets to children, we first agree on a time limit for how long to use a cell phone. Based on an article I read, that children under 6 years old are allowed only 3 minutes. If they have crossed the limit, we have to remind them, such as treating them into other things, for example, playing with friends or their toys. The second point is supervising and guiding children in using gadgets. The internet provides a variety of things that we need, a lot of information and content that is readily available on it. We can provide a lot of content to children, such as learning to sing, getting to know animals, etc. However, we as adults must guide and supervise what children see, showing how we explain what is meant by the video being watched and monitoring whether the video being watched is age appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Yudi, for your argument. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is kids should not be given any gadget until 6 years old. We, the Affirmative team, believe that this statement is true. The second negative speaker has tried to tell you that parents must pay attention when their children play gadgets. But do you know, parents are often use gadgets as a main weapon to make their children calm. The content provided as attractive as possible on the gadget effectively makes the children lock their attention. The child is calm, the parents are happy. Yet, if it's allowed, this habit can have fatal consequences for the development of children, especially for the baby who is in the golden age. It cannot be denied that the benefits of using technology are so great for children, originally used wisely and is still under supervision. However, like a double-edged knife, if the use of devices for children is not controlled properly, it will cause various negative effects. It should be noted that the very sensitive growth period of children is between 1 and 5 years old, or what is commonly called the golden age. All aspects of intelligence such as intellectual, emotional, and spiritual underwent tremendous development. In this golden age, information will be absorbed quickly. Children become imitators and smarter than adults think. In addition, this period is also the basis for the formation of character, personality, and cognitive abilities. Research published in the journal Gadget Use in Early Childhood, New Challenges for Millennial Parents, shows that there are complaints after children start using gadgets. As much as 40% of children go barefoot if they are not given a device. In addition, some supporting research also shows that children who use the device for too long have speech problems, limited vocabulary, unclear articulation, problems with emotional development. The interaction of children and parents is a key factor in stimulating children's speaking ability to improve speaking fluency. When children use gadgets, communication with parents is reduced. Therefore, the lack of communication and interaction between parents and children can delay the child's ability to speak fluently. Still, in the same journal, there is a purpose why parents give their children gadgets. As much as 22% so that children are smarter, 21% so that children are not fussy, while the largest proportion is others, namely 24%. For parents who are ignorant about the long-term effects of the device, they allow their children to continue playing with it as a lure so that the child doesn't get fussy. This happened to one of the children who were the subject of research in the journal The Effect of Gadget Toward Early Childhood Speaking Ability by Nirwana A. Musda Mapa Poleandro and Kairanisa. Research from the journal found that the child has limitation in communicating with the surrounding environment, including his parents. According to the parents, in a day, the child can play with the device for up to 10 hours and it lasts for 2 years. When the child enters the age of 2.5 years, the parents feel there is an abnormality in their speech ability. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for Farah argument. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate is children should be not given any gadget until 6 years old. With the negative team believe that statement is false because the first speaker has told us gadget can improve motor skill, improve cognitive abilities in children, and also with lots of interactive media available on gadget can stimulate children creativity. And also we as adult and as parent in the future need to consider what to do so that children are not addicted to gadget. There are two things that we must do as adults, namely setting time limits and supervising and guiding children in using gadget. Despite numerous studies revealing the negative effect of modern gadget on children, some experts are still positive about the rise of technology. University of Wisconsin assistant professor Yudha said that touchscreen could hold educational potential for toddlers. Being an expert on child development, kids who are interacting with the screen get better much faster, make fewer mistakes, and learn faster. But we are not turning them into genius, just helping them get a little more information, she explains. Technology should be encouraged and yet moderate. It is a new generation and kids should get the right amount of knowledge over such advancement. However, parents must perform their responsibility of protecting their child. While there is still time, introduce a new habit of playing outdoor and interesting game with kids of his age. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am as a first speaker. I would like to sum up the argument for my members' team. The first speaker said gadgets are not effective object to calm the child, even though he feels sports. Small children are not allowed to hold gadgets because it will cause addiction to children. There are many dangers of gadgets for children, which can affect the rapid development of a child's brain. Radiation from this gadget is dangerous for children's eyes and can interfere with the eyes of children who use gadgets that are too close. The second speaker said, here are some of the reasons why handheld devices should be banned among kids. First, I obesity, brain development, lack of sleep, slow development, aggressive behavior, mental illness, digital immunity, addiction, negative impact, and radiation. The third speaker, parents don't give gadgets, make them smart just so they do not get angry. First, parents often use gadgets as a main weapon to make their children calm, but this habit can have fatal consequences for the development of children, especially in the golden age. 2. It cannot be denied that the benefits of using technology are great for children. 3. But it should be noted that the very sensitive period of children is in the old age, 1 for 5 years old. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am the fourth speaker from the negative teams. Will sum up the argument from my member teams. The topic of this all debate is children should not be given gadget until 6 years old. We from the negative team believe that the feedback that has been given is wrong. In our opinion, as our first speaker said, not all of us of mobile phone has a negative impact. The first point, the use of gadget can also stimulate children motor skill and can help improve children cognitive abilities faster and better. The second point, letting children play gadget can be one way to stimulate children creativity. The reason is now there are many applications that can train a child left and right brain balance. One of which is drawing and coloring activities on gadget. In addition to bonding creativity, this color therapy can also be a method of relaxation for your little one. So the child only feels playing, but actually the child also learn from the game. Our second speaker also told you there are two things that we must do as parents or older siblings. Namely, the first point is to set a time limit, and the second point is to supervise and guide children in using gadgets. The first point is to set a time limit. Before we give gadget to children, we first make an agreement on the time limit for using cell phones. The second point is supervising and guiding children in using gadgets. The internet provides a variety of things that we need, a lot of information and content that is widespread in it. So, Mr. and Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion is that the use of mobile phones will not have a negative impact on children if parents also take part in maintaining and supervising the use of mobile phones in children. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention to our debate. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Provide loving overlooked and unappreciated. You see, you can reciprocate. I got delicious taste. You need a woman's touch in your place. Just protect her and keep her safe. Baby, worship my hips and waist. So feminine with grace. I touch your soul when you hear me say